Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Archangel. I've had this figure for a handful of days now, actually, and I've just been now getting around time to be able to review him. I know months ago I said I was done with Marvel Legends, and I pretty much am for the most part, but this one kind of caught my eye. I thought he looked kind of cool. I actually thought that Archangel that came out last year looked pretty cool too, but I never got around to buying it or doing a video. Tell me down in the comments if you want me to pick that one up as well, because I gotta be honest, I kind of like this one for what it is. But let's just go ahead and jump right into him, starting with the package. And I like this package a lot. There's lots of windows, shows us absolutely everything going on inside. Down at the bottom it says X-Men 97 Archangel. On the side, it's got like an image, I think it's from like the show. Bear this in mind because we'll go over it more, or at least reference it here in a little bit, particularly the legs and calves. And on the back, it's got a really nice image of the figure right there, and they utilize the space pretty well. They could have maybe given us another pose or something like that, but whatever. Overall, very, very nice package from Marvel Legends. Again, I'm not going to do any measuring. I've been told people don't like it, so I'm not going to do it, but I might go back to it eventually if somebody says so. But we're going to do a little comparison here real quick. Here he is with the Gamerverse Captain America. I really, really like this figure, and this one's not too bad as well. I guess Captain America's taller than him, and I'll buy that. I don't know exactly how tall Archangel is supposed to be, and just because he's going to become a staple on the channel, here he is with Storm Arena Ryu right there, and there's some height comparisons. I'm going to assume the height here for Archangel is accurate. Somebody tell me down in the comments if you know actually how tall he's supposed to be. But let's go over his aesthetic, because I like the way this figure looks. I like the character design. First and foremost, the figure has a matte finish all over it, which is rare for Marvel Legends, and it looks really good. The paint in the little pink areas right through here is done very well. It's not messy or blurry or like off center or everything or anything like that. Everywhere on the figure, it looks very, very nice. The head sculpt, there's two of them. We'll go over the other one here in a minute. But this one that we've got right here on him looks really good. Marvel Legends has been nailing head sculpts for quite a while now. It's just the rest of the figure that they tend to screw up. But they didn't screw up anything here. This looks pretty good. And I think that this, for the most part, looks pretty good compared to what it's actually supposed to look like. So I like it quite a bit. Now the wings, I attached them. They didn't come on him, and technically that counts them as an accessory, but I put him on him because it is Archangel. But the sculpt of them and the functionality of them, besides the fact that you can't rotate them up and down, but we'll go over that more in the articulation, why I don't like that. But the sculpt and the way they looks pretty good, other than the fact they're very plain. There's no paint on them, and we needed some paint on this. This is plain. This is just plain plastic. And I feel like they needed to give us something. I mean, this is a $40 Marvel Legends, and I understand that we're getting more plastic, because we're getting the wings or whatever, but they needed to put some paint or something on them. I understand they probably don't do that with any of them, but they should have. But as far as aesthetics, the figure looks pretty cool. We've seen this body before. It's the same kind of trash that they've had before, where the shoulders are just too low on the body in comparison to the head. If you see that right there, they're just too far down from it. They slope down. There's not enough meat on the shoulders. The head sticks up too far off the shoulders, and the head is possibly too big for the body.
Surprise.
Very thin front to back. Does look good from the front, but on the side he's very, very thin. The legs, actually maybe a little bit too much definition as far as the legs is concerned, because if you look here in this picture, his legs don't really have much definition. I'm not going to complain about having more muscle than necessary, so I don't mind that. The calves are a little too big as far as coming off of the source material, but that's a nitpick. Other than that, I mean, this figure does look pretty solid. Now, for accessories, he comes with a decent spread of stuff. I don't know if he comes with $40 worth of stuff, at least Marvel Legends standards wise, but he comes with some stuff. He comes with 2 different head sculpts. He comes with this main, like, serious looking face on him here in the package, and I think it's done very, very well. I like the shape of it. Maybe a little too big for the body, but I like the lips and the eyes and everything looks very nice. And he's got a teeth gritting kind of face, I guess you'd say, and it looks really nice as well. He comes with 4 different hands. He comes with 1 fist hand on him, which kind of irritates me. I think every fighting figure should have 2 fist hands, but he comes with that. He's also got a trigger hand for a gun that we'll look at here in a second. And then he comes with 2 little open kind of style pose hands or whatever. But my problem with him is they've got him with like claws. Does Archangel have claws that I'm not aware of? Somebody tell me down in the comments if that's a thing. But he does have 2 of them. And I mentioned that he has a gun. And this is a gun that we have seen before. It came with the X-Men 97 cable figure. It's okay looking as far as the sculpt and the way it looks. It's just kind of cheap, flimsy plastic, so that's kind of cheap or whatever. But it looks cool enough, I suppose. And he comes with 2 different versions of his wings. He comes with this version here that looks kind of like a pitchfork that just, I think, represents whenever his wings are put away or whatever on his back, and I think they look all right. And of course, the big old gaudy set of them that goes on his back that take up a lot of space and actually look kind of cool. They just needed some paint on them or whatever, and I think they would look a heck of a lot better. But overall, this isn't a terrible spread of stuff other than the lack of fist hands. Now for his articulation, he moves halfway decent. We'll just start with his head. It'll look down all the way. We'll get a little bit of oddness looking right there on the neck as far as aesthetics wise, but we will also look all the way up, and that is because it is on that disc hinge right there. Not my favorite joint, so you'll get rotation, but you don't really get much tilt or anything or nuance out of it. But where this is a figure that flies, being able to look out in front of him is very important, so I will allow it this time. Not very much lollipop, a little bit going on back there if you can see that, but I mean, it sits on the head, I guess, or on the neck, excuse me. All right, I suppose. Very gummy plastic, by the way, I forgot to mention that, but the arms will go up above 90. Of course, they'll do a full 360. There is no butterfly on this figure, and who cares? We're not really missing it. Again, I hate this gummy plastic, but he does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, tons of range, kind of inhuman looking kind of construction right there, but it is a thing. The wrist has a hinge, so of course it'll move around and you'll get rotation. Now here in the abdomen, of course it has the abdominal brake, and it will crunch forward halfway decent. A little bit of back deformality right there in the back.
I broke my back.
But I mean, you know, that with an ab crunch, you're going to get that, and it'll lean back right there, and you get that odd looking kind of stomach bulge or whatever. But at least the paint looks good underneath of it, I guess, if I'm trying to make lemonade out of it. Of course, the waist twist, that looks awful, but there it is. Why can't we go to ball pegs? Hips. Decent amount of split. Why can't he do a full split? I don't know. Marvel Legends just doesn't seem to be able to do it. There's no reason why he can't do it. Not that he needs it. It is, you know, it's Archangel. Front kick, not quite to the waist, so that's not great. But then again, who cares? It's Archangel. Firm booty piece, so the leg ain't going back. Thigh swivel, that's not too terrible. Double jointed knee. Proportions pretty good, and the range is really, really good. Not my favorite looking knee, but I can deal with it. He's got a shin swivel, and I hate them the way they do them. That just looks sliced up and not very good. So there's that. Ankle is a hinge, and you'll go all the way back with it. It'll come up a little bit. Crazy ankle rocker right there, if you can see that. Peg hole in the bottom of the foot, and no toe hinge. So this guy, I mean, it's par for the course for Marvel Legends. They didn't mis-execute anything, really. I mean, it's just more the same Marvel Legends stuff as far as the body. Now, the wings, as you can see, they're on a little, there's like a little thing that you kind of assemble and plug into his back, and it rotates, or not rotates, but it articulates right there like that. And then there's a little hinge right here that you can move the outer part of the wings. My complaint with this is, one, the entire assembly likes to come apart. This little piece right here plugs into these two and kind of holds them in place. That likes to come apart, and you can't rotate the wings like upwards any. It's just front and back. I guess that will do, but we should be able to like raise them up, if that makes sense. But other than that, I mean, he's probably going to move how you want him to. Okay, final thoughts on Archangel here. Honestly, I personally kind of enjoy this figure a little bit. It's probably one of the Marvel Legends that I've enjoyed the most in recent memory. His price at $40, I mean, that's just kind of where, like, you know, deluxe figures or bigger figures with more plastic and a little bit of accessories, that's just what they're going for, so I can't even really sit here and complain about the price. I think he looks pretty good at a glance. There's the base body of the figure. There are some, you know, a few aesthetic issues, but that's more of just kind of anatomical accuracy more than anything. The figure looks pretty good. I'll give this figure a B-. It's an above average Marvel Legends. Pick it up if you're into it. You won't really be disappointed. This is a good figure. Anyways, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.